Hello everyone, this is Ben. Today I'm going to be showing you how to manage your storage, and Bennett, I think his name was in Discord, he requested on how to actually, use less weapon durability and less stamina, which I'm also going to show today. And that's the first thing I spot when I move here. Jesus, okay. I think there's more stuff like that somewhere, but I can see under the map. So, this is the resting place. I'm pretty sure you all know what the resting place is. You've got your crafting area, etc, etc. Now, storage. Whenever you... So let's say I placed my pistol straight here on the floor. Left to do a supply run, came back, pistol would still be there. But I of course I wouldn't have on a holster because I put it there. So you can use the table as a storage area. The frying, you can use you put a frying pan there, storage area. Now you can put screwdrivers, hatchets and all that over there. You can put stuff here, you can put stuff anywhere in this area, just as long as you know what it is. You can put in stuff anywhere in the graveyard. It's basically a big massive storage facility. But I'm going to show the best places. The table, this little area here, like these boxes. Here, you can store screwdrivers on top and some hatchets and all that here, and then around the sides there. Don't ask me what were like all my other hatchets and all that I've went. They're all inside the bus now because I've moved things around. But coming into the bus, you can put stuff on top of the radio. You can put stuff there. You can put stuff on your weapon racks. You can put stuff on your desk where the photos and all that are. You can put stuff inside Pandora's box, which people like to call it. Now, Pandora's box, you can store anything, and it can go. I think the max page is 25, but you can store anything you want except for giant weapons and firearms. So that would be the bolt action, so any big weapons like this, you can store these and pistols, but you cannot store big weapons like these. Right, those are out of bounds. You can store anything in here. So again, this is all the collectibles. You've got all the angel statues, overused radio, which is found in the ward, found in Via Corolla. This is found in Old Town. Come over here. This is found in Bywater, and then these I consider these collectibles because you got blue, copper, silver, and gold. Of the giraffe and the elephant. Cigarettes, I just put these there as a placeholder to see what else I'm going to put there, or to separate a page to put it as a dash. You've got different heads as well. As you see, I've certainly chopped these ones up into different places. Just give it a little bit of you're missing some teeth. Yeah, you can chop some certain areas. I put a boot. I put the you seem to want to spear through her head. I kind of sliced this guy, but I decapitated him. She just got decapitated. Absolutely smothered with a katana. Sliced and decapitated. And absolutely mauled, and is missing like half her face. Which is good to know. Keep that chin up. Keep that chin up. So. And then, of course, here you've got all your pistol frames, rifle frames, wood scraps, nuts and bolts, so on and so forth. Recycle bin. You can also use this as a storage area, and you can also use here this little box here. Use this as a storage area. I don't recommend putting stuff on here because whenever the flask respawns, it'll knock it all over the place. Tried that before, doesn't work. You can store stuff on these shelves. You can store bandages. You can store nutria stew, some food. This is all like my backup rations in case I run out of supplies. And yes, my FPS does kind of drop because I have a lot there. You can also put stuff here. I've got an ashtray, a trophy. I've got some, a clock, some stuff, a reserve map. Again, candelabra, and then a radio, communion chalice. Well, not communion chalice, sorry. That's a communion chalice, but trophy, communion chalice. Again, candelabra. You've got 2 voodoo dolls, a pillow, and the absolution katana. just because I thought that'd be cool. You can store stuff on these chairs. I've got crowbars. You can store stuff on these boxes and just below the boxes. It doesn't matter. You can place stuff wherever you want in your bus. It does not matter. I would recommend placing it in a location that you like, though. You can also, if you're on PSVR and PC, you can actually hang crowbars from the ceiling, and if you return and come back, they'll still be hanging there. So, which is kind of cool. But I don't like that there because it kind of looks dumb. But I mean, hey, if you like it, you can like it. Now, that's me practically done in storage bar. There's nothing much to speak about the storage bar except for you know, you can place stuff in like obvious spots when you know what it is. I've placed a frying pan there because that just sits well with the, you know, the pot and all that. You know, the cooking pot, the fire, and the I don't know. I think that's a skewer. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what like this pole here is. But now we're going to move on to the easiest way to actually, you know, save stamina. Now that's fairly easy. Now, knives. Knives, whenever you grab actually, you know what, we're going to start from the basics. Grabbing a walker. That reduces stamina. Your stamina will slowly deplete until it goes down because you're pushing a walker back, and that's causing your character to, you know, use some force and use some energy to keep that walker back off of him or her. Now, the night shift. If you grab a walker, you're using stamina, and you're driving the knife down into the skull, which would then use more stamina. Because whenever you brain a walker with a knife, or a cleaver, or katana, or a baseball bat, or the steamed mortal, it's gonna use a lot of stamina. I'm trying to think of a way. Okay, so currently my stamina is at full. It would probably drain just where the tip of my blade is, right there. It probably drain about that much, and that's still quite a chunk of stamina, and you want to keep all your stamina. Now, throwing your weapons... Where did that come from? Throwing your weapons, it uses much less durability on the weapon. It also requires no stamina, except for your real life arm. That's the only stamina you're using. I think I threw... Oh no, it bounced over here. Awesome. So yeah, real life, you can just throw it. It'll stick into a walker's head if you hit it right. I'm not the best at throwing in this game, but again, boom. Throwing does not waste a lot of durability. We will go test it out in the walkers and the catacombs. It doesn't waste... So braining wastes a lot of durability because it's putting tension on the blade, but throwing it just goes straight into the skull and it doesn't use a lot of durability. Hey, nailed it. And now it's very skinny, which I like this version of it. So again, pistols, there's no way you can, you know, stop this from the durability decreasing, except when you grab a walker. Again, you're using stamina, but you're bashing them in the skull, which doesn't take any durability off of the pistol. But whenever you shoot your pistol, that takes about probably 1 or 2% off of it, depending on the durability. So again, 100% durability this will have. Whenever you fire a bullet, that takes away 5%. No, not 5%, but 3% durability, maybe 4. 5-star weapons take about 1 or 2%, which means you can get more shots off, so on and so forth. Now, the Samaritan's Hand also works like a night shift. Again, you're driving it into the skull, it's wasting a lot of stamina, same with the National Guard's knife. Coming up with the Cleavers. Now, the Cleavers cost more when you brain them, but less when you decapitate them. You cannot decapitate with the night shift. But what you can do to save stamina is that you can actually use ranged knives. You may be wondering what I'm talking about. Now, you can align the knife, and like with a cleaver or the fourth and pain, you can just knock the blade like that and it'll go into a walker's skull, and that means you can grab it. Again, I don't recommend it. I'd recommend you practice it if you want to just keep going like that. Ow, I hit my hand. But again, it's not the best thing. It's the best thing to do. All I'd say is, what's the chef cooking? Then you can just throw that against a walker, no problem, and it'll kill them. I just recommend you practice it though. It's not an easy skill to master. So you throw it up, and then you just do that, and it would stick into a walker's head if you hit it hard enough. I threw that behind me. Again, I missed. Hey, there we go. Yeah, so, hey, perfect. Yeah, so it also works like that. Again, throwing your weapon like that doesn't waste any stamina. You can just throw that all you want, like that. You know, you can just do some back-to-back tricks. You know, you could just do some juggling. Where's my knife going? I don't even know where my knife's gone. There it is. Okay. Now, again, Decapitation uses less weapon durability and less stamina. Whenever you decapitate, it only uses probably a very small bit of your stamina. And this is why I always take Cleavers in the trial. This is why you see me in the trial using Cleavers instead of knives. Not unless I have the melee booster. Then I'll probably have 2 night shifts or 2 Samedi's hands and just run in there like that. But yeah. Whoa, sorry about that. Yeah, so Decapitation uses less stamina and less durability. As I said again, you cannot decapitate with the blades. Alright, that's something you cannot do. Now, I'm going to move on to the bigger weapons. Now, these 2 baseball bats are the exact same. Now, Esteemed Mortal, braining with this does more stamina than any other weapon in the game that I've seen so far. It does a lot of stamina. So, whenever you brain a walker with Esteemed Mortal, the saw blade is going into it, and of course it's wasting more durability. You can decapitate with the Esteemed Mortal. You can also, if you didn't know, this little bottom part. Oh, this little bottom part here. You can spear them. I don't recommend throwing this weapon. As you see, 1-star throwing, but because it's not the best weapon to throw. But again, it just works like the cleaver. You can brain them. You can decapitate them. Just imagine it like a big cleaver, but instead it's different. It's got a saw blade on it. So yeah, you can just decapitate. You can brain them. You can brain them 2 ways. 1, you can do it backwards. 2, and you do it a 3rd way. 3. It just depends on what preference. Personally, I like to use the spear because that way I get my distance from them, and I can also so that means whenever I brain them with that means if I can't get out in time, there's a walker come towards me, I can just pull up my pistol, balance it on here, and fire. So it's handy weapon. I usually take this with me because it's a fun little weapon to use. Again, as I said, throwing certainly isn't ideal because you cannot throw this weapon at all. I mean, you could. I mean I threw that perfectly. Now, move on to the katana last. There we go. Baseball bat. It does just slightly less stamina than an Esteemed Mortal. This is just a full-on braining weapon. As soon as you hit it, you're going to use a lot of stamina. So you're just going to go bam, bam, bam. It's going to use a lot of stamina. So, baseball bat. I would only take this if you just want to go ahead and say batter up or something, or if you want to be part of Negan's dozen. Then you can just swing, and you can have some fun with this weapon. It's a fun little weapon to use. You just swing, swing, swing. But again, it's a braining only weapon. But yeah, it's like the knife. It only brains, so that's the only bad thing about it. Now, the katana. It's got 3-star throwing. It's like the night shift. You can throw it. Oh no, this has 5 stars. My bad. But yeah, again. Not only can you just like slice, dice, thrust with it, but you can why every single time I say and R together it's like but again, you can also use this like a javelin as well, which isn't ideal if you're on PSVR because tracking issues. Never mind, it works. The javelin ways because the katana is really good for throwing. You can throw it that way decapitate them as well, to use even less weapon durability. Because if you decapitate them while it's flying through the air, it's going to use much less durability. You get that. That also concludes with the cleavers, but the cleavers will just auto stick in the head, unlike the katana. Because the katana, you could just throw it, decapitates, and then the head goes flying somewhere. But the katana, still in shape, and it will have barely lost any durability. Again, you can slice like that to decapitate. Braining with the katana. Whoa, where did that go? Braining with the katana takes barely any stamina, but I don't recommend it still because it uses more weapon durability. I do recommend decapitating with the katana only if you need to, and if you're under like an extreme circumstance where there's like two walkers coming at you, you decapitate. But then you don't have time just to get another decapitate in. It's like if you decapitate, you will have time to then use this broad range of motion that you have to thrust the weapon, grab that walker, take that weapon out, and then brain them. Again, that would use probably just a small bit of stamina. Yeah, again, it's a really cool move to use against three groups of against three walkers. Decapitate, thrust, grab, brain, or maybe just grab, push, brain. But again, you want to try and avoid braining. Oh my god, I cannot speak. Again, I would just completely avoid braining altogether. Also running as well. Running costs a lot of stamina. Alright? Running, climbing costs a lot of stamina. So haste makes waste, practically. The more haste you use, the less stamina you're going to make. Which will make you get hungry, tired faster, and then you'll just end up dying if you get grabbed by a walker. So that the devs made the walking speed quite slow to make the game feel a lot longer, because stamina is a thing, and that's quite hard to it's quite hard to manage. But late game, you can just run about everywhere, you can just slice and dice, but still watch your stamina at all costs. And that is going to do it for today. Storage and a slight weapons guide, I would say, to The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and you're welcome.